June 17th. This is what happens when you leave your lettuce starts out during a heat wave. They're not coming back. June 28th. It's time to release the eggplant. Set them free. So they were flowering. So I think that's about it. They'll need some support because they've never been in direct contact with the wind, so I'll have to stake them. But there you go. July 10th. Look at that. Blueberries. Backyard blueberries. They were always purple and never turning quite blue, and I couldn't figure out why, but the critters were getting to them every night. So I had to cover them up. Get about a small handful every day. Zucchini. Look at the size of this one. I don't think I can just simply twist it out. Okay. Look at that. Hello and welcome. I gotta get through this before the noise level comes up. There's wind right now. The neighbor was whippersnappering his whole yard with because he doesn't have a lawnmower or something. And there were sirens. So I tried to do it earlier in the day, and then I couldn't. Then I had to go for drinks with a friend, and then I'm 3 sheets to the wind. But we'll try and get through this. I just wanted to do an update. It's July 19th, Zone 4B, and let's see what I've done different in the garden. Okay, first thing. I put Gorilla Tape on my composter. I covered all of these holes with Gorilla Tape, and I thought, is that going to go anaerobic and stink? No, it turned it into a pressure cooker, and it gets rid of compost super fast. So it doesn't stink. It stinks way less than it ever did before because it just cooks those things into mush in a second. So I'll start where I did last time. Sunset. Sorry about that. It was just so noisy earlier in the day. I couldn't do anything. Beans, carrots, Swiss chard. Everything looks pretty good. Marigolds. Peppers. Peppers, I've crossed the Rubicon with peppers. Peppers are like, everybody loves to watch pepper videos, right? And we watch them for hours and hours, and I used to watch them for hours and hours, and now I watch some of these channels. They don't know how to do peppers at all. It's like they've bought them and trying to throw them in the ground, and they're pretending that they did a pepper thing, and it's just the saddest thing. But anyway, I've beat a lot of the other pro gardeners, except for Rusted Garden. That guy and James Piglioni or whatever his name is. Those guys are great. I mean, there's no beating them. But yeah, some nice peppers going on here. You see that one? Where is it? There it is. There's a bunch in here. These are the bells. Those are the bananas, and at the back are the jalapenos. The jalapenos are there. We're winning at peppers. Zucchini. Zucchini are the psychoist of plants. They just do that. I've pulled a lot out. They're the size of small baseball bats. Raspberries. I always forget the word when I come over to do the raspberries, but yeah, lots of raspberries. It's raspberry time. July 19th. Blueberries. Got a cover on the blueberries, but we get a handful of these every day or two. I had to put a cover on because the birds and chipmunks and squirrels were getting to them. Little herb garden here. Basil and parsley, and that's the coriander, cilantro. I want to cut it off because it's ugly, but my wife kind of she likes this waterfall look to the thing, and I think it looks disheveled. Eggplants. There are some eggplants on there somewhere. I can't get over to the other side. Things are really crowded. Peas. Lots of peas. I mounted a string to the roof of my shed, if you can call it a shed. What's left of a shed. The peas are alright. The kids get lots every day. So blackberry. I didn't expect any blackberries this year because I knew it was a first year cane and you get what you get, but a couple, there's two, but the bush has gotten huge compared to what it was. It was just a stick. The strawberries, I'll talk for a second about the strawberries. So the strawberries, we got about a fifth of what we got last year. Last year we were pulling a pint out every day for a month, and this year it wasn't even close. And that's because we got about 4 days of rain, and then some intense sun, another 4 days of rain, intense sun, and that happened about 3 times. So they kind of just stopped. They just stopped. I don't know if the flowers didn't get pollinated or what, but last year I got a month, and this year I got about a week and a half. So rhubarb over there, that's fine, it's rhubarb. What do I got over here? Bunching onions. Starting some bunching onions for the fall. You can see there's little ones coming up. There's another strawberry patch, the same thing. We got lots for a week and a half. It looked like a gold ear, but not so much. Cucumbers, backup cucumbers. What's this? So the pole beans are pole beaning, which is great. They're coming up the pole. Cucumbers are finally coming up. Whatever the ants or whatever that chews these leaves down, they finally broke through a little bit, enough to get started and going. Some extra bush beans on both sides. My wife put in a, what do you call that one? Such garbage with flower names. Gerber. That's a Gerber. Looks like it's happy. My rose, she's fine. Zinnias over there, they're getting bigger. Looking good, girls. Mint. So I'll explain the tomato situation. So the 4 days of rain, sun, 4 days of rain, that happened over and over and over again, and leaf spot happened on the tomatoes, and it just took hold. It went crazy, and so it started eating the tomato plants up like crazy. And there's not much left of the ones in the front. It's moving, whatever the leaf spot disease is, moving to front to back. I tried everything. What did I do? I did the aspirin before any of this started. I did peroxide. I did baking soda. I did rot stop or something like that, and they still disintegrated. So what I've done is I've kind of draped grape leaves over the top. My neighbor has a grape plant and it's crazy. I trim it, and I've been dropping them down here to try and prevent some of the tomatoes from getting sun scald. So I don't want sun scald tomatoes because that's weird, and so we'll see. I had to give them some shade. Cherry tomatoes are okay so far. The leaf spot hasn't got back that far. That's a volunteer tomato. I found it over in the peas. It's doing all right. It's happy. The chives look like they're kind of finishing up for the year. I don't think I've ever seen that at chives, but maybe that's what chives do. I don't know. Haskap bushes, honeydew, honeyberry, right? The male doing all right, and the female, she's recovered. I don't know if you saw the last video, but the female was not happy, and she's happy now. What are those called? Bee bombs. That's right. My wife knows them, and they smell like pepper. It's really bizarre. They actually smell like black pepper here. Random. That's that raspberry I can't get rid of. Can't even give it away. I'm going to put some dill there. There's another zinnia. And I'll go to the back. I think that's it. And the same as last time. I'm just trying to do it in the same order here. The squash. The squash that I thought was not going to do very well. Got a couple beauties down there. And down there. Not as big and as prolific as the zucchini, but anybody who's had zucchini and it grew this big, you know what I'm talking about. They just, they blow the water out of everything. happy so far, more or less. What are my complaints? Yeah, that my biggest complaint so far is the leaf spot on the tomatoes, because that went like wildfire when there was rain, and the Manitoba was supposed to not do that kind of thing, but it did. Swiss chard. Gotta love Swiss chard. I mean, you could put this in anything. You can put that in stir fries or chili or soup or whatever and just boil it. I love Swiss chard. I give it to my dad, and he's in his 80s, and of course they used to eat tons of it, so they're happy. That's about it. Marigolds. Did I cover that already? That's all. I'll do a little wrap up. So that's that. I hope it was a good garden tour. I know it was short, and I hope my pans weren't too fast. Sometimes my dad tells me, Edward, you got to slow down on the pans because people can't see what you're talking about. He's probably right. He's definitely right. I know it in retrospect when I watch them. But if you have any questions or comments or there's a fly on the camera. Why is there a fly on the camera? Don't go on the lens. But if you have any suggestions about leaf spot, I've tried everything. I did the aspirin, I did the baking soda, I did the rot stop. So now I'm covering them with grape leaves so that they don't get sun scald, and maybe it'll act as a barrier. I don't know. But anyway, let me know. Thanks for watching, and do you say like and subscribe, or is that weird and bizarre? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it. All right, thank you very much, and have a good day, and I appreciate you